Ever pondered why we call it common sense when it often seems so uncommon? Well, my friends, we're about to dive into a tale that might just shed some light on this perplexing question. Picture this, a humble town nestled in the heart of Jamaica, where the sun kisses the earth good morning each day. Here lived a wise old man named John. Now John was well known for his wit. Folks would come from miles around just to hear his wisdom, and one of his favorite topics was common sense. One day, a young man from the city, full of ambition but lacking in patience, came to visit John. He had heard about John's wisdom and wanted to learn the secret to his success. "John," he said, "I want to be as wise as you. Teach me everything you know." John, seeing the eagerness in the young man's eyes, decided to give him a test. He handed the young man a kettle and asked him to fetch water from the river. But he added one condition. The young man could only fill the kettle once the sun had set. The young man, eager to prove himself, accepted the challenge without thinking. He waited until sunset and then ran to the river to fill the kettle. But alas, it was so dark he couldn't see the river, and he stumbled and spilled the water again and again. When he finally returned to John, the kettle was empty. John looked at the young man and said, "You were so eager to prove yourself that you didn't stop to think about the task at hand. That's the thing about common sense. It's not about knowing a lot, but rather knowing how to use what you know in the right way." This story, me friends, paints a vivid picture of what common sense truly is. It's not about the amount of knowledge you possess, but how you apply it in everyday life. The young man in our story was intelligent, but his impatience and eagerness to prove himself clouded his judgment. He didn't use his common sense to realize that fetching water in the dark was a futile task. So, to summarize, common sense is about thinking before acting, understanding the context, and applying your knowledge in a practical way. It's about realizing when to take a step back, evaluate the situation, and then proceed. Remember, common sense might not be as common as we believe it to be, but with a little bit of patience and a lot of reflection, we can all learn to make better use of it in our everyday lives. Just like John in our story, let's strive to use our wisdom in the right way. And that, my friends, is the true essence of common sense. Until next time, keep pondering and keep learning. One love.